Hello and welcome! This video is about upgrading to an Eternal Emblem. And what we're going to do is pick up from the progression character that you have to start when you start a new account. So from there, we'll show you how to upgrade your emblem all the way up to Eternal and what you can do. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we go. And if you ever needed to reference information about this whole process, you can go to the March 26 patch notes for 2024. Scroll all the way down, like about the middle, to where it says Content Revamp. And you're there. So you can read the developer commentary about Path of Glory and your family that you're building and what it entails. So there's this, and that they changed everything so it's Path of Glory and Tus Nest, and what that means for you getting a better emblem. So as I scroll down, I'm just looking at, it's nice that they point out the CP requirement for Rift 24 and 25 so that you can increase your family CP and you know what your goal is to get up to, so you can comfortably do Rift 24 or 25. And they're showing you Rift 1 through 10, 11 through 20, and 21 through 25 what you the difficulty levels are and what the loot is that you would get. And we're gonna go through all this. I just wanted to briefly go through the patch notes and just kind of skim through it so that you can get an idea of what we're talking about, what we're going through. So when you go to your craft screen, this is the end goal, which is the Eternal Emblem. You can craft it by going and collecting those items, or if you go through Path of Glory on a certain rift level, the Eternal Emblem Schematic could drop. Heavy emphasis on the word could. I'm going to do 20 runs of Tus Nest in this video to see if I can get that schematic, and kind of excited, so we'll see how that works out. Oh, and yes, all your hard work that you put into your primal, your pink emblem, so the gemstones and everything transfers over. And they're showing you that if you wanted to craft the Eternal Emblem, that's the materials and how much it costs. And by the way, I will go through where you can get those materials too. So scrolling down, just checking everything. This is what we're going to from pink to Chaos Emblem. So we need to do that if you are starting out after progression character. And this is, look at how nice the recipe is. 1 Chaos Jewel and your pink emblem, and you upgrade to Chaos. So nice. So nice. Also explain what the Faded Glory means and how you get it and what you do with it. You'll be very pleased to know that all your hard work is not going to be going to waste. So that's what that means. Coming down here, we're looking at the emblem grades for Eternal Emblem, Chaos, and the Pink Emblem of Glory. And this is just gemstones that go into them. So I'll show you that as well. And that's the enhancement level, how high it goes up to. And yep, if you go into Tus Nest, you could get a Chaos schematic or Eternal schematic for your emblem, and that's what they look like right there. If you wanted to, say you had Eternal Emblem already and you're like, I got these extra materials, you can feed it to the Black Spirit and get these things in return. And I gotta tell you, if you get an Eternal Emblem schematic and you don't need it and you feed it to your Black Spirit, good heavens, what they give you in material is really good. So we're just about done with the patch notes here, and we're going to start you off by picking up where you are when you finish a progression character. So we'll go from there. Here we go. Alright, so here's our starting point. This is my progression character, and we finished all the quests, and we've upgraded all the materials that were given at the end. So we have a primal emblem, a pink emblem. There it is, plus 10 emblem of glory. And I just want to go in and touch on the gemstone that you saw there at the bottom. So if we go out, go to the menu, tap on emblem, and go to gemstone at the bottom. This is the one that we currently have, Gemstone of Valor. To enhance and make better, it increases your stats, your AP goes up, and your strength goes up too. And you get that material from Path of Glory, I believe. So let's go out and move on. So what I'd like to do now is show you more about the craft screen, so you can get more comfortable. When you're here, you tap on gear and others, and we're going to focus on the Chaos Emblem to upgrade to that. Now, you have your Pink Emblem of Glory, so you can register that, but this is one of 3 options. The Chaos Emblem Schematic, you're like, well, where do I get that? You get it from either a Path of Glory run or in Tus Nest. The percentage you'll get is kind of low, so if you get it, that's great. Otherwise, try this. The next one down. The Chaos Jewel is just one, but it's a fixed chance of success, so you could get it, and I'll tell you what happens if you don't succeed. But to get a Chaos Jewel in the main storyline, it's South Valencia or after, or a Chaos Rift. I'd like to talk about that. Here is how you know where you stand. You get the menu, go on main quests, tap the arrow in the top left corner, and this is the main storyline, literally from left to right. As you can see, West Valencia, west, north, southern, then east. What does that mean for the map? When you go to the map, west is here, then north, then south, then east. So it says South Valencia or later, so South Valencia, East Valencia, and then you get to Northern Camasilvia. So we're back on the craft screen, and let's show you the other location you can get a Chaos Jewel. It's a Chaos Rift. We're in South Valencia right now, and as you can see, if you tap on zone, you'll see that it starts here. This is Roman numeral number 1, and this is the first Chaos Rift that you would go to. As you can see, West Valencia doesn't have a Chaos Rift, and North Valencia doesn't have a Chaos Rift. It starts in South Valencia at the first one, and then in East Valencia it has the Roman numeral number 2 and 3 for Chaos Rift, and we will be doing number 2 because that should be your CP or power level that you should be going to after a progression character. So let's show you what you need to do when you get to your Chaos Rift. So that you're aware, you come and meet this guy right here. He's the same at every rift. And normally if you have something to exchange, it would come from the events and info. It'd be like a loot reward from that. But normally you come here and you tap buy. And there's every week you get a limit of buying 10. Look at how I have 38.8 billion. I'm going to buy the most and watch my number drop. And in case you missed that, let's bring a calculator over here and show you how much that cost, so that you know. 38.8 minus 21.9. So roughly it costs 16.9 or 17 billion silver to do 10 every week. So you want to make sure that you're making that much and clearing it so you can enjoy this content too. Okay, now that you have it, you tap on enter, and there's all the loot at the bottom you can get, possibility you can get. You have 10 there. See, everything there. And by the way, I should note this: when you go in, the timer starts and it never stops. So you want to make sure that you're devoting the time before you commit to going in. As you can see, I'm ready to go in. It's 24 KCP, I'm 28. So we'll go ahead and jump in. Hey, I got a title. Nice. So once you get in, you want to find a spot, be respectful. Don't pick a spot that somebody else is farming. There's plenty of space. So it looks like it's pretty empty in here, so I'll just pick a spot in the back corner and just get to it and farm. You are not going to watch 3 hours of me farming, so let's move on. Here we go. I did want to finish up on the craft screen for our Chaos Emblem and show you that if you miss the chance in the middle, then what happens is you actually create a material for the third option. So if you're doing this and you just miss it, just doesn't happen because you had a fixed chance of success, then don't worry, your emblem won't be consumed. You just go down to the third one and you get a faded glory. So if you fail 7 times, you will not fail. When you turn in your 7 faded glory, you will get your Chaos Emblem. So that's great news for you. And let's move on. So now it's time to show you the heart of this video, and that is I'm going to go for the Eternal Emblem Schematic. So after doing all the Path of Glory for many months, now at Tus Nest, I am ready to do 20 tries. So it takes 20 to do 1 try, and I can do 20 attempts. So that, yep, it's a lot. So over here on the top left, it says Everfrost energy is weak. Let's go ahead and tap on that. It grows each time you defeat Tus. And as it grows, when it starts to snow, then you're going to get something really good. It could be the Chaotic Emblem Schematic. It could be the Eternal Emblem Schematic. It could be anything, but you're going to get something really great. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a one run and how this works for Tus Nest, and then I'm just going to cut to 20 tries to see if we do get that Eternal Emblem Schematic, because I don't want you to sit through 20 tries. I mean, yeah, that's great content. So without further ado, and yes, as you can see, there is the Tus breath you need to upgrade your gemstones for your emblem. So let's go ahead and get this started. Here we go. And you'll notice that my whole team is wizards. It is a dream come true. I wanted all sorts of colors of wizard. And it worked out. So the way this fight goes is you come up with your team. It's a total of 5 characters, your main and 4 others. And you fight off the baby dragons, and then you'll get a message that says that Tus noticed that there was a disturbance, and he's coming. And there we go. Now you fight him. And this will go pretty quick because I'm just way overpowered for him at this moment, as you can see. We go. So here is the reward screen, and I got a red emblem which is below the pink, and I got some material. So what I'm going to do now is cut to the end so I can show you what it turned out after 20 attempts. Here we go. So here's the results of all of those runs, and as you can see, I got 1 pink emblem, I got plenty of red emblems, lots of Badge of Glory, and lots of Tus Breath. So, and as you can see, the Everfrost energy is now beginning to stir, so who knows, 5 or 10 more runs and the snow will probably fall. I actually calculate this in another video that I do for Tus Nest and what it takes to get the snow to appear. I'll put that link to that video in the description of this video, so look for that. But what we can determine from the rewards that we got is that the Tus Breath is consistent. You get 9 of it every time you go on a run. The other is the percentage chance that you'll get a schematic is 0 or very, very low. Sorry, I didn't mean to say 0. Just don't hold your breath on that one. I think I was lucky to get a Pink Emblem, as the norm is the red emblem. And to my surprise, Badge of Glory, it looks like they do a good job mixing in the amounts and increasing it. So below you see that I got 8 of them at 300 Badge of Glory, 9 of them at 480, and 3 of them at 540. So the 20 runs, a lot of months saving, equated to 8,340 Badge of Glory. So what I'm going to do now is go to the craft screen and I'm going to get myself my eternal emblem and I'm going to show you. So let's do that. Here we go. And I was really hoping that I would get a schematic of some sort out of 20 runs, but it just wasn't meant to be. So here is my plan B, and that is to get all those materials that I need out. There they are. There's the, yep, that and that. So we'll take those out, we'll return to the craft screen, and we will get this done. So it was other, and it's already queued up. Yep, we were hoping. So here we go. We definitely have enough. The only thing I wasn't happy about was 25 Void Scent Eyes. Good heavens. It's tough to collect those things, and 25 of them, it really puts a dent in you. So if you can avoid having to use your Void Scent Eyes, then it'd be best. Before I crafted it, I just wanted to take one more look at my Chaos Emblem, and I saved up 28,000 of the Badge of Glory, and the 8,000 that I got from all those runs was added, so it's good, good stack. And this is all my gemstones where I stand. So we're going to take the 237 Tus Breath that I have over there and see what we can do here and do some damage. So I'll probably speed that up so you can see the end results. But that's what's in store. Let's go ahead and craft our emblem now. Here we go. Ah, cool. And we need to add the Chaos Emblem. So let's go ahead and tap on that to put that in there. You just register it and craft. Wow. Yep. All your hard work is saved. It just transfers over. So you don't have to worry about that. And done. Nice. Alright. So now let's move on, and we're going to upgrade our emblem. This is always a practice that you should do. Whenever you do Path of Glory and you saved up enough materials, you come here to enhance, and there it is. But I did notice I'm forgetting something, and that is the other emblems that I earned. I need to melt them down so I can take that material and add it to the new Eternal Emblem. So we need to get out and go to we need to actually open them. Oops, my bad. Let's uncheck everything. There we go. And it was the pink emblem, the red one, which is over here to the right. There we go, that one, and the standard emblem, the orange one. So it's right there. Okay, so we'll open these chests because we're gonna feed it to the black spirit. And yep, that was everything. And this is what happens when you get up there in levels. You start getting piles of stuff. Organization is so key. Alright, so that's done. Let's go over here to the black spirit now. There we go. And dark energy is what we want. So we'll tap on that. Tap on the, I think it was the middle, yep. And I mean, technically we want all of this to be melted, but we'll just focus on the emblems that we have right now. Oh, I'm full. I gotta wait. All right, so absorb this. Wow, nice. 16,274. Woo! Very nice. And we'll do that, and that's another 3,555. Wow, that was almost 20k. Very good. Okay, now we're ready. So we'll go to emblem and enhance, and yeah, I have 48,001. You may think to yourself, oh wow, he's really gonna get levels. But when you get up there in levels, you'll see, look, 40k reduced down to 9,000 to get it to 100%. Now you could gamble, some people do, and that's fine, that's their play style, but I always want to do 100% because I'm guaranteed. And that equated to 20 CP gain, which is fine, you get it wherever you can to grow stronger, and 9k equates to 11%. Oh, sad. But that's how it goes. Alright, so we're going to move over to our gemstones, and I'm going to speed this up. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to level all of them in succession, meaning the top 3 are 81, these bottom 2 are 80, so I want to get this to 81, then the next one to 81, and then all of them to 82 and 83 and so on. It's a nice progression. You don't have to do it that way, but this is just my style and how I want to do it. And you don't have to worry about restore because the stats don't decrease if you fail. So it's just you versus your material. And as you can see, that worked out. So we're gonna speed this up, and here we go. Enjoy the show. So as you can see, it worked out and we were able to upgrade a lot of those gemstones. The last part was transfer, and that really isn't a feature anymore. It was transferring your old season to the new season. So as you can see, here's where I stand with all the gemstones. Lots of stats, lots of buffs, things that really help you out. So there's a lot of factors that contribute to the overall strength of your main character. And with that, let's move on. Here we go. So the last thing I wanted to show you was the materials and where to get them for the Eternal Emblem, Void Sent Eye. Farming in Everfrost, Elton Defense, weekly quests, Ember Walk Labyrinth. I definitely have videos on that, so just look for Everfrost and you'll find it. Chaos Jewels, we covered that, and in Akrod, you have lots of places, as you can see, to find where you can get some. lots of world bosses, chaos rifts. If your guild has a hidden banquet hall, and even Slumber Fallen Castle, which is something everyone can do. So with that, let's go to the outro of our video. And on behalf of Archmage and myself, Magi, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the videos on this channel, please like, subscribe, let people know I am always making more videos, and there are always more videos left to do. So once again, thank you very much, and you have a great day. Take care. Bye now.